as with many people I've met over the past few weeks talking about this book, they normally stop when they have 60 or 70 skulls. And he had got to about 70 or 75 skulls by the time he was about 25 or 26 and married and had 2 children. But the problem was that it's the way you prepare the skulls, because some of them are extremely delicate. A lot of them have very, very fine bones inside the nose, for instance. Clearly the penknife way is not a very good way of preparing a delicate skull. The other traditional way is to let loose on the skull thousands of maggots. You immerse them in a tub of maggots or domestic beetles. But the trouble with that is that the maggots are often so happy to see all this flesh that they've just been presented with that they have a sort of feeding frenzy, an elbow. I don't know if maggots have elbows or not, but they sort of elbow each other out of the way. And in this frenzy, they disturb and dislodge and break and damage some of the more delicate bones. So what Alan, in the end, decided was to do the most sort of primitive of cleansing of a skull, known as cold water maceration, which you put it in a bucket of cold water and you leave it there for many months. And the bacteria in the water, or the ones that settle on the surface, they do the work for him that he would have done with the penknife or the maggots. The trouble is the water turns jet black and it really smells absolutely dreadful. And it was during this period that his wife left him. And so poor old Alan, he didn't have a wife now, and he had an increasing number of skulls, but he did have a spare bedroom. And he put into this spare bedroom this collection, which he rapidly accelerated in size until it grew to what it is today, which is about 2,500 skulls, all kept in the bedroom of this house in Coventry in England. And yet he's unsung. At the time I met him, I flew to, after Max's telephone call, I flew to London, rented a car, went up to Coventry, as I say, this rather ordinary English Midland city, went to this row of extremely anonymous houses in suburban Coventry, had the wrong number of the house, found I was actually next door to where Alan Dudley lived, and I said to the man who answered the door, "Are you Alan Dudley?" He said, "No." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, do you know Mr. Dudley?" He said, "No." "How long have you lived here?" I said. He said, "I've lived here 40 years. And I said, "Well, actually, I'm sorry, I got your number wrong. He's actually next door, and he's lived there for 35 years. He said, "Well, I've never met him, but very private people in England." I said, "Not only is he your next-door neighbor, but he has the biggest collection of skulls anywhere in the world." And he was astonished. He said, "I had no idea." So no one knew about this chap.